Sorry, I did not realize that I had to admit everyone, so my bad. I'll wait for a minute more so that others can join in. Okay. So today's today we'll be focusing more on the asanas in the sleeping posture. I mean, breathing will always be there. We'll have what I say is we have one second, breathing practices, then some sitting exercises, basically loosening, and then once we are at once the loosening is done, then we'll go into the main sleeping back in front forward sleeping poses, and then we will go with different variations. Again, I see prone and supine postures. So it's both of all of these types are there. So yesterday I sent a Arpita ji sent a GIF file about Tanmay doing yoga. Tanmay is Arpita ji's kid. So it is good that kids are picking. My son is there. He attends. I think Paranit also attends the sessions. Tanmay is picking it up. So it's good. Kids are also attending and picking it. Okay, we'll get started. So we'll hands in the Chin Mudra in Sukhasana and take 3 deep breaths, and then we'll do the 3 Omkar. Archit, Ilpa. Okay, to start with, we'll do Bhastrika. We'll do 20 strokes of Bhastrika. Bhastrika again is fast inhale and fast exhale. Take a pause and then feel the calmness in the mind. We'll continue with 20 more strokes of Bhastrika. We'll do last part of Vastrika, and then we'll go to the sectional breathing. Last, same fast inhale and fast exhale. Now we'll do the three sectional breathings, and then we'll do the sukshma breathing also. So first sectional breathing, hands to the side, raise up, inhale, raise down, in exhale. So keep it slower. Next, hands up, shoulders and hands in the same line. Inhale as you stretch out, the abdomen expands. Exhale as you get in. Let's do it again 4 times. The last one is inhale and exhale. Take slow breathing in. Now we'll do again Sukshma Pranayam. Sukshma Pranayam is doing your basic parts of Sukshma Vyayam and then adding pranayam on it. So this doesn't come with the meditational part of pranayam because you're moving your body, so your consciousness is there, but the breath control is there. So your body gets loosened. At the same time, the pranayam is also coming in. So let's start with the elbows. So hold your fingers on your shoulders and then circles. So first, as you raise it up, inhale, and then raise it down and bring it forward. Exhale. So the reason why this is included as a part of pranayam with pranayam is when all of the asanas are coupled with breathing practices, and by doing with pranayam, the movements are very slow. So your body gets completely relaxed. Otherwise, the way we do typically is this, which doesn't give us a complete stretch. But if we do with breathing, and when it is slow, we do a complete, raise it completely up, get the full stretch, get as much stretch as possible. The shoulders should be getting the stretch. Down, pull it down, and then elbows join. So this gives us a full stretch. So As you go up, inhale. As you go down, exhale. So we'll do 3 times clockwise and 3 times anti-clockwise. So total 6 times of pranayam. If you have any questions and during this, please unmute yourself and then please definitely ask me. You started. Opposite side. Next, we'll do the neck rotation. 2 sides, 2 times each side. Keep the back straight. Keeping the back straight helps us. I was reading one of the books that I was referring to. Keeping the back always straight, even while doing yoga or when you're sitting during the day, keeping the back completely erect from the lower back helps you breathe better. And breathing better is a solution for all of these modern day diseases, be it high blood pressure or cholesterol or diabetes. So keeping the back straight is a basic thing to breathe properly. So we'll do neck rotations 2 times on each side. Again, very slow. Stretch completely. Get the most stretch. Feel that stretch. Opposite. Next, wrist movements. So stretch it down. Inhale. Stretch it up. Exhale. So again, 2 times on each hand. Keep the hand straight on the shoulders. Don't raise it up, neither down. Keep it straight. Do it along with the thumb also. Opposite. Next is the Anulom Vilom Pranayam. We'll do 5 times Anulom and Vilom Pranayam. So inhale through one side of the nostril, exhale through the other side, and alternate inhale and exhale. So total 5 times, inhale, sorry, yeah, 6 times inhale and exhale, 3 on each side. But when we're doing the inhale and exhale, focus on the breath or anything that is not moving. I mean, anything that is not changing frequently. It can be your breath, or you can have a sound, music that's there, a constant same beat music, but keeps your focus fixed on something. This is called dharana. So we are trying to bring dharana along with the Ujjayi pranayama. So the easiest way of doing is fixing it on the breath, because it doesn't need any external, devices, because we always breathe. So one hand in Chin Mudra and other hand in the Pranayama Mudra. So we'll do one count of inhale, two counts of exhale. Again, as we spoke last weekend, Ujjayi Pranayama is ideally keeping the neck straight and doing it, but try to compress your windpipe and then do the inhale and exhale. You will hear that hissing sound. To start with, you can push your neck forward and then get that compression and then do it. It either way works, but if you're already doing pranayam for a while, then keeping the neck straight also, you can do the Ujjayi pranayam. It's just that you have to feel that pressure or nozzle effect in your thoracic region. Hands in Chin Mudra, and then 3 times each side. So we'll start with the uh, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and then we'll go to Anantasana, Ardha Navasana, the basic Navasana series. So we'll start with Adho Mukha Svanasana. Ajay, do you want to come here? Huh? Huh? Okay. Yeah. Are there any kids also who has joined today?
Yeah, Parinit is here.
Oh, Parinit, where are you? Can you come on screen? Probably I'm not seeing you. Oh, there you go, Parinit. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? Is it you feeling good? Do you feel good after doing
He
yoga?
said he's feeling good, and how are you? Louder. Can you hear us?
No, no, I can hear you.
Speak. I'm good. How are you?
Good, buddy. Good, good. Nice to see you. Let me turn the speaker on so that Archit also can hear. Okay, good. Archit, do you want to talk? Okay, Archit is here. I'm turning the clip so he can. Okay.
Hey, Chip.
Hi, Granny.
Hi, Chip.
How are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Any other yoga today? Okay, we'll continue then.
just want to make sure kids get motivated so that they can do the yoga. Kids doing yoga is a great thing because the moment kids start doing yoga, the entire family is forced to do the yoga. So kids are the key for everything.
Rapaji, Gauri is there.
Oh, Gauri is there. Gauri is the star. Yeah, Kuchipudi. Sorry, I'm not able to see her.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
I think she is motivating the party's energy. And me recently. Oh, cool. Good.
good. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So let's start with Adho Mukha Svanasana. So sitting in the tabletop posture, hip distance apart feet. Raise yourself, not completely, keep your knees bent because it's a morning time. You have to do a little bit of stretching also. Slowly get your stretch on the hamstrings. Feel that stretch. Once you get that stretch, get the stretch on the ankles. And then keep the complete heels on the ground, keeping the complete heels, as in the rock bottom of the heel also on the ground. It's a difficult thing. So keep the complete heel, not the toes. Look at your heels and let the heels go on the ground. And hands also, all the 5 fingers and the palm completely on the ground. And when you're in this posture, try to push your hip backward. Slowly come back. The complementary pose for this is the Marjanasana for looking up. Again, shallow breathing, not very strong. Next, we will do the sleeping posture. So we'll do the Anantasana part. So lie down on one side. Keep your hands straight. Make sure this hand is straight. Completely on the side. Feel the stretch. Adjust yourself so that you get that stretch. Keep the body straight. Usually we have a tendency to keep the legs a little forward because we get the balance, but try to consciously move them back and get the stability. It's difficult to be stable in this, but try and get it. Next is hold your toes, bring it in front of your belly button. Get the stretch. Hold your toes. Now, key of this asana is one is raising it up, keeping the knees straight. That's the physical part of the asana. But the mental part of asana is when you are holding it in this posture, your body is comfortable and your face is not stressed. So what I've seen most people or even few people who are experienced in yoga is when they go into the peak of the asanas, there's a lot of stress in their face. So keep your face completely stress free. That comes only when you're enjoying this asana. And then slowly bring it down. This is a great hip opener. So we'll do it about 3 times, fast ups and downs. It helps you open the hips. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Opposite side. Get the stretch. Make sure your legs are straight. Feel that stretch. Now raise your toes. Bring it in front of your belly button. Hold the toes and raise it up. Focus on your face. Make sure there's no stress on the face. Feel the hip opener exercise. Bring it down. We'll do it about 3 more times faster so that we get the stretch. Archit, good job. The next series that we have is the Navasana. So we have Ardha Navasana, Purna Navasana, and then Nauka Sanchalana Asana is also there. So we'll do the entire series. Lay down on your back. Slowly raise both of your legs to about 30 degrees and keep it straight. 30 to 20, 20 to 30 degrees, so that you stop at a point where you feel the pressure on your core of your body, abdomen. Helps you cut the additional fat. So we'll do Navasana. We'll also do the cycling part, Pada Sanchala. So let's hold it here so that your core starts hurting. It pumps your heart rate up, but at the same time helps you burn the body. Slowly go down. We'll do it one more time. Slowly raise up. Go down. Now we'll raise our feet up and also the body up, so that we go into the typical boat pose, the Navasana or Naukasana. Go down. Insulin into right and forward and backward. It's not a yoga, but again a practice. It's helpful for come to the knot of and then going the hook. 1, 2, 3, opposite of 1, 2. We'll continue with our sleeping asanas in the sleeping posture. Asanas in the sleeping posture helpful for are very effective, especially for people with diabetes. Even though we are not, diabetic or pre-diabetic, but it's better to be preventive. So lay down on your back. Whenever comfortable, raise your legs and keep it at right angle. Don't take it all the way in, but keep it at right angle. Slowly swap the legs. Make sure you're observing your facial muscles. There's no stress on the facial muscles. If you feel that you're stressing them, take slow breaths and then relax. Now let's do cycling. We know that we're able to establish the pedal system, so we'll do the cycling. Both the legs up. Big cycling. Keep doing it. Let's do it for about 15 times. Big pedals. And then reverse cycling. Next, we'll do the Baddha Konasana in this. That's very effective hip opener. Plus, it puts a lot of, it clears up your gut system. So, helps in diabetes. So this is a Baddha Konasana, but we are doing the it in the sleeping posture. So, when you're here, try and stretch the thighs out. Now try to get the feet, your nose to touch the toes. It's a great hip opener and helps you burn the body fats. If you observe after this exercise, your heart rate would have jumped up. I can see a 11-point jump on my heart rate. I'm checking it on my Fitbit. Before and after the asana, there's a 11-point jump. 12, 13 now, 13 now. So this jump in the heart rate means that we're doing the pose correctly. The heart rate typically jumps because there's a lot of upward pressure of blood, and your heart tries to push a lot of blood out because it's feeling that your lower part of the body is not getting the required blood. So your heart rate starts going up because it's doing a lot of activity. We are next going to do the Shalabhasana series. So we have Shalabhasana series, and then we have Bhujangasana. So we'll do the Shalabhasana now. Lie down on your back. Slowly raise one of your legs, but make sure your complete hip is on the ground. Take the other leg up. Both the legs up. This is Shalabhasana. Next, raise one leg up and support it with the support the knee with other feet. That is Shalamba Shalabhasana. Now from here we'll do the Bhujangasana. Hold the hands next to your chest. Don't put a lot of pressure on the hands. Keep them light, and then slowly raise your chest. Toes together, knees together. That's the key. Raise your chest and feel the flow. Down. Slowly pull it up. Now we'll do the Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. It's dicey. The name is dicey. It's also called Bhujangasana. It's called Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So whatever is the name, we'll do the asana. So hands next to your shoulders, not next to your chest. Raise them a little up. Keep it right, and then put a lot of pressure on your lower back. So toes together, lower back is pressured, hands still not straight. They're bent. Feel the stretch on your lower back. Slowly go down. Raise it up. Last time when we raise it up, turn over your shoulders and look at the heels. Raise it up. Look over your shoulders. Look at the other heel. So let's say you're turning it from the left side. Look to the right heel. Get the stretch. It's a great twister. Come back down. Raise up. Yes. We'll do the Balasana, which is a complementary pose for all of these asanas. We'll now go to the Shavasana. Feet apart, hands again, one palm apart, neck on the side. Slow breathing. Review all the asanas that we did, starting from Bhastrika. Sectional breathing and Sukshma Pranayam. Neck rotations. Adho Mukha Svanasana. The Navasana series and the entire Bhujangasana series. Pada Sanchalanasana, it's a cycling pose. Now we are doing the Samadhi pose. Make your mind relax. Slowly bring your consciousness we'll do 3 times. Sorry, we'll do the Sarve Panchasukhi. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Thanks for joining. And if any of you have any feedback, please let me know. I will incorporate that. Anything to anything to start new or any specific thing that we want to be included. Also, please definitely let me know. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
धन्यवाद प्रभात जी.
Oh, धन्यवाद.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy. That's the best part.
Thank you, Prabhat ji.
Thank you. Yeah.